Hi, I'm Rosario Dawson. Let's get buzzed.
Take one for the team and I'll drink with you tonight.
Done, son. I can't wait to sing your music to you.
Get ready to take the new year to the extreme.
Do you want to see more?
Hi, gorgeous ladies. How are you doing?
Oh, so well. How are you?
I am well, thank you. My adrenaline is literally pumping just thinking about the acts you guys booked for the Go Big show. So I want to hear the craziest thing that you've ever done to get the credentials of judging some of the most insane acts and talents I've ever seen.
I mean, first of all, we're in the entertainment industry, so that in and of itself, you have to be pretty crazy. It's a high
Amen
risk.
to that, yes.
It's a high risk industry. So I think that alone. No, you know what? I don't know if it's some of the craziest stuff that we've done, Madison, but Rosario and I have been chatting and even throughout the day in saying, like, you know, when you see a performer on stage or when you see a performer on the screen, you talk about them being larger than life. And that is what all of these acts actually are in and of their essence, is larger than life. So I think we understand what that feeling is. We understand what it is to, you know, to drop in and to be your biggest energy that you want to share. And so I think that makes us, I hope makes us qualified. I know it definitely gets us inspired to celebrate these acts. For sure.
Absolutely. Rosario, as an adrenaline junkie yourself, what qualities were you looking for in these acts to truly be impressed?
I mean, it was just being able to be a witness to exactly that, you know, people dropping into the zone and being able to perform. And that's really challenging, you know, because they had one opportunity. It wasn't like we could do it multiple takes or go, okay, that didn't work for camera, let's try it again. You know, this thing that they've spent hours and days and weeks and years of their lives, that 10,000 plus hours that they've done to become experts at this incredible performance that they were, you know, sharing with us. You know, they also, you could see it, like the pressure, you know, and that was a big part of it. Like, can you deliver and perform under pressure? Because we know you can do this thing, you know, that's how they were there in the first place. But can you do it under these circumstances at this exact moment? Go. You know, and that's something all of us could appreciate in really different varied ways. You know, how did you wake up? How much rest did you get? You know, there's very intergenerational, a lot of the performers and stuff, and everyone was in a bubble and they're in the hotel, and then we'd be seeing like that they'd be posting on social media, wiling out and doing all types of crazy things. And it was like, you got to perform tomorrow, get it together. You know, it was just like really, really fun, you know, and I don't know, it's just an appreciation. You know, you're talking about like what kind of stuff you say. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Like, yeah, I've gone running with the bulls. I've gone jumping out of planes. I've like gone scuba diving, done all kinds of really fun, weird, wild things that I just am so grateful for that I've tried. So I really, for me personally, could just get like what that critical moment is when you decide, yeah, I'm gonna wheel myself off of this ledge.
Yeah, or hold a 150-pound block and two judges sit on it, have their lives in my hands. No big deal.
Literally. Like I get off. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, but I'm also like, where did I sign the insurance waiver that said it was okay that I could potentially be flung across the room? I mean, I'd do it again, but still, just like, right. Unbelievable, you know, and that real raw quality, that danger, that wildness, it's all very real.
Yeah. And Jennifer, as a mom, because it's so real, did your motherly instincts ever kicked in during an act?
Oh my God, the entire time. I spent pretty much, I mean, obviously as a performer, yes, I was wanting to be engaged and to offer these acts what I could in terms of my own kinds of experiences. But as a mom, I was one of the two things that moms often are, either wowed or worried. So I was either, you know, sitting there like, oh my God, that is just the best ever. You're doing so great. Or I was like, please, 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 please don't get killed. Please be careful. You know, because there were definitely and the majority of the time, moments that were dangerous on the show for the acts themselves. And that's just when you have to surrender. I had to tell myself multiple times, like, these people are professionals. They are professionals at what they do. They have been selected because they have done this enough that they're not going to hopefully hurt themselves. But you never know, because when the expertise is at that level. And when so many elements of it are physical, you never know what's going to happen, live. And so, yeah, there were definite moments of worry for sure.
Oh my gosh. Their parents were there or their children were there. I mean, it was
intense. I watched the first episode and I was dying when Snoop hid behind y'all during the first sign of danger on the show. So as the more confident women, how do you guys feel about that moment?
Oh, that is more that was more than just that one moment.
I was about to say, you will see more of that. No, that's so funny. Well, most of the time, though, I will say it was funny. There were several moments where the women were the ones, where Rosario and I were the ones just being like, whoa, and where the guys were like, freaking out. So, yeah.
I think that's always that interesting thing. Like, I've definitely seen some amazing, like, magic shows, for instance. I have a friend, Chris, who's an incredible magician, and he'll literally, I've seen that, he's come over and performed at my parties and stuff, and there's the people who lean in like, how did you do that? And then the people who lean back like, yo, how did you do that? And there was a lot of that going on during.
Well, while the acts are pretty crazy, many like Wheels and the One-Armed Archer have very inspiring stories. Was there an act that truly touched your heart?
Oh, I have to say that's one of the, now getting the actual episode, we didn't get to see those videos during the time. So we got to speak with folks and we got to meet their families, and, we got to just kind of learn a little bit more about their lives and kind of get more, sometimes, kind of a cursory kind of background on them, and until they went up and kind of performed and shared their story with us. So it was just so amazing. But I'm really grateful, especially watching it now and just having seen the first episode, that I get to see that video footage of them in their lives. Because we were all in this bubble together, and, it just made it that much more intense, because you want to sometimes even just vote on that, and your heartstrings are pulled. But, as performers, and that's what they were there for too, as well, as they wanted it to be about that performance. But it does add such an important element to know, what people have gone through to kind of get to this point in their lives. And I think especially during a moment like now in COVID, like getting to know the humanity behind any and everything, even if it's a big spectacle of a show, I want to know who the person behind that is. And I'm really glad that these performers, acts and artists, get to not just show their talents and their skills and their expertise, but also get to show their humanity. And I think that's going to be something that just adds a really special element to this.
I love that so much. So the only way that we can wrap up this interview is by going big. So we're going to play a very fast rapid fire round of go big or go home. I'm going to give you a scenario and you make your decision. Would you do it big or would you take a pass and go home? Number 1, perform Cardi and Meg's WAP TikTok dance on the Go Big Show stage.
Can I do it the way that Jack Black did it? Because that was hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. So go big on that one.
I think if you're going to do that, you got to go big. There's no way. Like you can't just approach that timidly. I think I would have to go big. Yeah, for sure.
No, actually, I think this might be a great moment to do it slow-mo.
Ooh.
You're onto something.
Flip it on its head.
You're onto something. All right.
See me do that.
For any position in the U.S. government.
What's that?
Sorry. For any position in the U.S. government.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to go home. I it is, that is pressure beyond, that is just so much pressure. I mean, Rosario, you would be so great at it because you're so well spoken, you're so well educated, you're so well informed, and you're so well aligned with your love. So like you'd be good at it. I would not be good at it.
I have to say that one seems harder because I have a voting organization. This year we've registered, over 600,000 people alone. So, it's really one thing to ask people to vote for themselves and their communities than it is to ask them to vote for you. So that would be really, really intense. But I do live with a senator, so maybe I'd get some good insider tips.
I vote for you. You got my vote. She's got my vote. She's got my vote already.
Got mine too. Very last one, because I really do have to wrap. Rosario, this is for you. Since you worked on some great superhero projects, would you go big or go home, starting a debate with fans at Comic-Con on your beliefs of the better franchise, Marvel or DC?
Woo! No, I'd go big on that one, just because that's really fun, and because I've been in both universes. So, either way.
Ooh. You have the inside scoop on that one. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Madison.
Bye.
Show, Thursday, January 7th.
Do you think Dollar knows he's standing next to a jackass?
On TBS.